Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Gravity Gang Gourmet Show. And of course, I'm your host, Dr. Silly. And today we have an opportunity to see another low G snack. And we call this show Peanut Butter and Everything. And we'll have a new chef, Chef Elizabeth, helping us learn how to make low G out of peanut butter and other varied toppings for snacks that are kind of good for you. And those people watching, I want to remind you of how we started this Gravity Gang Gourmet thing, our shows and whatever, and our bracelets, of course, you know, that eating cool, saving the waves. And the story I wrote, you can see, the Gravity Gang, is about the children and their children. They're, you know, 16, 17, so they're young people, and how they cured themselves, how they became themselves, how they became responsible, not just dieting, but they became responsible for their own health. For creating their own lives, for being independent. Their shape and their diets have become their responsibility, and that's what the Gravity Gang taught them. The experience of making your own life, making your own shape, and making a future for yourself that's healthy. And that's what we're all about here. And any of you who have issues like this at home, you know, too much gravity in some of your family members that you love very much, you might be interested in this a little further. I'll show you just briefly so that my cameraman won't be too upset with me. Here's a fabulous book, and it's from young people. It's the actual copies of what they say on a website, that's called, here, I'll hold it up. Is that a little better? Called You Way to Rock. I'll repeat that again, Way to Rock, W-E-I-G-H-T, thewaytorock.com. And Dr. Pretlow did this for us. And what did he do? He made us see from the comments of young people how difficult it is to be gravitationally challenged. So let's see if we can give them a hand. Help ourselves in the bargain. So if you're a senior, mom and dad, or grandpa's types like myself, keep in mind how you can help your children live better and eat cool and save waves. And so now I introduce Chef Isabel and our first glimpse at peanut butter and everything. Enjoy. Hi, this is Dr. Silly, and welcome back to another Gravity Gang Gourmet Show. And today I have a treat for you. Our show is going to be about peanut butter. Yeah, peanut butter and anything. And for our chef today, we have a charming person, Isabel. So here she is. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Silly.
I'm glad you came. And you're the peanut butter expert here. What are you going to show the boys and girls, or moms and dads, or grandpas about how to make a low G snack out of peanut butter?
Well, I'm going to show you that peanut butter can pretty much be used with anything. And you can spice it up so that it tastes differently with different stuff. Okay, okay. But I know some of the kids, you know, they're hungry after school and they just jam it into their mouths, okay? Maybe you could show us, give us an introduction to how you would select peanut butters, or give us some tips about the low G ingredients. All right.
All right, go ahead.
So we got all different kinds of peanut butter here, and different kinds of things that you can put it with. You know, we got a bagel and some honey wheat bread and some just light bread, but you also can put some stuff in it, like this one's got some grains in it so that it's more healthy for you.
What then? White bread or?
Well, they're all pretty healthy. This one's got some flax seeds on it.
This is whole wheat.
Right.
What does that mean, whole? The whole? What do they do?
Well,
put a hole in it? What?
Well, it means that it's better for you because it's got more stuff in it, like.
Well, they didn't take off the germ and all that.
Right.
All right.
It's got more grains in it.
I get it.
And then this one, it's more compact.
Okay.
It's good. It's got everything in it. It tastes like regular bread, but it's also a little bit better.
It's not. Oh, I see. Unlike this bread over here.
Right.
Now that's a different bread. What's that like?
Well, this one is pretty much just like regular white bread. But then it's got some grains on it so that it's healthier and so that it adds a little bit more to the flavor.
And it's light. It says that it's light. What does that mean? Like half the calories or less fat or something?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
So there are different kind of breads. Are there different crackers and things? I mean,
there are.
All right. Listen. I'll let you explain it.
Okay. So we got these crackers here they got like sesame seeds and stuff on them, and these ones are a little bit different. They're really good for you. But if you don't like that, you also got these ones they're good for you and they taste good, but they just don't
have the whole wheat and things.
Yeah,
okay, I understand now.
And then we got the wheat ones that look at them. See?
Ooh.
They got some wheat in them.
Can I have a taste?
Sure you can.
Very crunchy.
Yeah, these ones are a little bit more crunchy. And then you can also use peanut butter with fruit such as bananas.
You mean with anything?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much anything, but also fruit or apples. You know, you got all different kinds of stuff.
I see some cranberries over there.
We got some cranberries.
Craisins?
Ooh. Yeah.
Thank you. Learn every day.
You can add them, say if you want to put some peanut butter on first, and then you can add them to add a little bit more flavor to it.
Okay. And what I was interested in is how do you select the peanut butters? I see you've got about 5 different kinds over there.
Well, this one is this one's a little bit different. This one's got calorie-free, so it's got no calories, and there's no fat in it, and it's also,
you know, it's mixed with something. It's mixed with another nut. I think it has hazel and something else in it, and it even says, look, calorie-free. So labels are starting to say something about what's inside.
And you can also look at the nutrition facts.
Okay. So well, most kids don't. I mean, whatever's in the fridge or the cupboard to keep me from starving.
But this one has no sugar in it.
Oh, I see.
But it will also taste very good.
Okay.
See, and this one has also got, let's see, sodium.
My glasses. Low sodium?
No.
Yeah, pretty low.
All right.
Let me have a glass here.
105.
Well, not bad. 110 milligrams, so that's pretty low actually.
Right. And you want low sodium.
And other things I see, you got a whole pile of them there.
See, now this one is creamy, and this one has sugar in it, but it's 25% less fat, so that's good. And
little low G.
Right. Yeah.
I got it.
So this one's for more somebody who kind of has more of like sweeter stuff. Then we got this one over here, which is unsalted.
Ooh, I don't like salt, so I'm into that.
Right, this one is sugar-free. No sugar added.
They do make a ton of different kinds.
If you really look at it, there's a lot of different kinds.
Yeah, there are. I hadn't realized that. And the other one, what's that, a traditional? It's like playing chess here.
This one is peanut butter from unbleached peanuts.
Ah, that is important. They don't have that bleaching agents and soak them.
Yeah, and that's just not good. So this one is also really good, and it's creamy, and it doesn't have any salt either. So
you know, your family are kind of vegetarians. I mean, I knew you've been a vegetarian ever since I saw you eat an onion as a kid, like an apple.
Right.
So there you were, you know, and I thought, wow, I guess children will eat anything that's everyone else will eat.
Right. Yeah.
And if they get into the junk food, and they're done.
Yeah, and that's just...
well, let's talk about, for a while, what you're going to put on top of the peanut butter, and then you can show us how to actually make something.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we got some orange marmalade here, and I love orange marmalade. It is super good because... And this one is actually sugar-free.
Well, we have to in our house, Mrs. Silly and myself. can't have too much sugar, but most children can if they jump around enough.
Right.
Problem is they're videoing. But that's all right. Okay, I get it.
But this one, you can also get one without any sugar.
Exactly.
So you can get
both.
I'm
a marmalade fan too.
Yeah,
I like
good.
it. I like the British stuff.
And this one, it's it's got
there's sugar-free.
No fat in it.
No, of course not.
Good.
All right, what else? Well, I see that. Is that a homemader?
It is. Yep. It's blackberry.
Ooh, I know who makes those. Mrs. Silly. From our blackberry bushes.
Well, that's good.
So
now this one's extra healthy.
Yes, because she doesn't put any junk in it at all, of course, and it's very low in sugar. All right, what else? You got blackberry, you got orange marmalade. This
is truly my favorite.
Is it really? What is it?
I love apple butter.
Apple butter?
Yes. It sounds strange, but it is super good.
Ooh, can I have a piece?
Sure you can.
Apple butter. See if I can show this. You see that? I've never seen any apple butter.
And it's got a good taste to it because it's kind
of
sweet.
Cinnamony.
Yeah. It kind of tastes like applesauce, but it's not too much, like applesauce. So you can
wow.
Yeah.
Good. I look forward to a munch of that.
Yeah. And then I've also got banana here.
Banana. Okay.
Which bananas can also be used for,
for on sandwiches. All right. Well, let's start. Let's get ourselves a. Why don't you try some on each, like a cracker, try some on the lighter bread, the heavier bread, the crackers, and maybe a piece of bagel to see how it... You want me to toast the bagel in the meantime?
You could.
All right, I'll be your assistant.
All right, sounds good.
You do the others.
Okay, so first I'm going to try with this kind of cracker, the lighter one. So we can put a little bit of peanut butter on here. Gotta open the peanut butter. Without being open. Alright, so you're just kind of gonna get some out. Now you don't want to put too much, because too much peanut butter, then it's just too much in your mouth. You gotta put a nice amount where you can also taste it. So if you just add a little bit of peanut butter to it and make it...
Not an inch thick.
Yeah, you don't want that. That's no good.
Then that's hygiene.
Right. Trying to stay away from that. So, then what I like to do is I like to put cranberry on top. Then it adds a little bit of a tangy to it.
Ooh.
You can add a couple if you want. I only like to add a couple because I don't like to use too much. But they're very good. You want to try one?
I sure do.
All right.
Crannies, huh?
Yeah.
Mmm. Never thought of that.
Yep, and see, it tastes very good, right?
Yeah, great, actually.
All right, so now we're going to try some crackers, where you can put some peanut butter on it. And if you like a lot of peanut butter, you can put not too much, but if you just add more stuff to it, then you more taste the peanut butter.
I see.
So I'm just going to put some on here.
So it's not just slapping it on.
No.
It's like a technique.
Right.
Yeah, you got to learn that in preschool, right?
Yeah. So then, I'm going to use a little bit of banana, because banana is...
No, it's got everything. The potassium, the thing. And you eat enough, you turn into a monkey. Thanks. I'll do that.
All right. So you can just put on a little bit, maybe a couple slices. Depends on the size of your cracker. You can try it. And it can usually... I love this kind. It tastes super good to me.
Yeah, but most kids wouldn't do that. I mean, they would just get home and like little monkeys and stuff it into their mouths. But you made it like better by taking the time to do it and feed yourself.
And it's healthier for you, and it doesn't take too long.
Oh, I see.
It is pretty quick.
So it's as quick as a sandwich.
Right.
I got you.
Do you want to try some?
I'll wait.
I'll make something a little bit.
All right, thank you.
All right. So we're gonna try some bread. So we got a couple different kinds. I think I'm gonna go with this kind. It's unsalted and sugar-free. So I'm gonna open it, get some out. And now again, you don't want to use too much peanut butter.
I like being your assistant, Isabel. Chef Isabel now. You've got the official low-G cooking hat. This is hot, so I'm just gonna.
Alright. So I just put some peanut butter on it, and now I think I'm gonna try some orange marmalade with it. Because
your favorite,
yes. Yeah.
So you're going to build something, maybe with apple. So you're going to make. I get it. It's like a pizza. You keep adding stuff.
Very good.
I got it.
Yeah.
You just treat it like a pizza and add the stuff.
Right.
Very good.
So you can, add as much marmalade as you want, but again, you don't want to use too much. And then I'm going to add a little bit of apple to it.
Oh. There's another sharp knife.
And now, be careful when you're cutting, because you don't want to cut
yourself.
yourself.
Absolutely. Well, some kids aren't allowed knives,
Right. Well, then that way you can just break it.
Oh, okay. Good idea. You've taken care of kids before, haven't you?
So now, say you don't want to eat it all at one time, or you don't like holding the whole thing. You can cut in half. You can either cut it down the middle, like this.
Oh, I see. You can show maybe the camera. Can you see how she does that?
Alright.
Wow.
So we can either,
I'll clean
cut
this
it
up.
like this.
I'm your assistant.
Alright. I like this cleaning. Or you can even cut it diagonally. I like to cut it diagonally.
Well, some kids may not know what a diagonal is.
Well, you can cut it down by the two
Just show them.
sides.
See, triangle.
See?
You end up with a triangle.
Alright.
Okay.
So this one's a little
So this is an apple one, apple, peanut butter, and whole wheat bread. This is a whole wheat cracker with bananas. Let's see. I ate the one that had the cranberries on it.
Yeah.
Let's try the apple butter and
or
some other. I'd like to see you make something out of the whole wheat and then that. Because some kids love bagels. They're like bagel.
Bagels are good.
I know.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use a different kind of peanut butter this time, and I'm gonna use this peanut butter, the creamy unsalted kind.
I always liked when I was a kid to smell the peanut butter. Stick your nose in the jar. And my mother would get your nose out of the jar. I bet a lot of kids do.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a yummy taste.
It is actually. It smells like coffee. Of course you're not coffee drinkers, but when those who are love the smell of it when it's ground up.
And now if you're going to be using a kind of harder peanut butter spread, then you might want to use a more tougher bread, so that when you're spreading it, it doesn't just fall.
And the reasons is because it has less oil in it. They've drained the oil off, and so that's less fat. But it is harder to spread.
Right.
But it works on the heavier bread. It doesn't tear it up.
All right. So we got.
And that works on bagels too, Chef.
Yep, it does, because bagels don't fall apart too easily.
That's exactly right.
So now, we're just going to add a little bit
this
of
I might like
apple.
a little bit. I'm waiting for this.
So, we're just going to take some and put some on. You just kind of spread it on like if it was jelly.
Okay. Looks like jelly.
It does. And now, I just like to eat it just like this. I don't really like to add fruit to my apple butter. But you can, if you want to add a little bit of apple to add a little bit more to it, then that's fine.
You mean just for chewing?
Alright, yeah. Alright, so now I'm just going to cut it in half.
No more half, but I wouldn't mind a slice.
Alright, here we go.
It's like when you can do things like this, I guess you can help care for your younger sisters or brothers if you have. You know how to make them stuff.
Yeah.
All right, here I go. Apple, butter, and peanut butter. 1, 2, 3. Some of mine are special.
Isn't that one really good?
Yes, it is.
It's delicious,
It
right?
is with that bread. Great.
Okay.
You know a lot. All right, you can try the bagel out.
Alright, so now we're going to go with something a little bit different this time. We are going to go with bagel. And instead of just putting cream cheese on your bagel, you can make it be healthier but still taste just as good. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use this kind,
Oh,
the peanut butter with the hazelnut.
I think it's hazel. I can't see. I don't have my glasses. If the missus were around, it should say right there, the first ingredient is the most, and then the next is the next most, and that's how they... So is there, what kind of nuts does it say?
Well, let's see. Pretty sure we just got peanut butter in this one.
No kidding. I thought it was a blend. Maybe it was the other one that I didn't pick up. Because it says peanut spread. See, all labels they're like tricky. You gotta
read them.
You gotta use your brains, exactly.
All right, so we're gonna try a little bit of this one.
Ooh,
see, this one's a lot creamier. Like it's kind of like
it's very soft.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna put too much on. And even if you get a little bit too much, just make another one and use that same peanut butter.
Or stick it back in the jar. You know how to use that to get in the knife and give it the wipe.
Okay.
You pull some of it off. There you go.
So I've just kind of spread that one around.
Oh, excuse me, chef. There you go.
No problem. All right. So now that I've got this kind of peanut butter on, I'm going to try the blackberry jelly.
Ooh!
That's going to have to be helped to open.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll have to open it. No help needed.
Oh.
All right.
That does look good.
So this one's really...
Well, I watched Mrs. Silly make it and stirring. She was like those people in Shakespeare who do the big pot.
All right.
Wow.
So yep, you're just going to spread it on.
You know, the color is cool when you don't put two pieces of bread. You can see what you're eating, but when you make a sandwich out of it, you don't know what's on the inside.
Yeah, when they're together, like,
yeah.
Kind of great. All right. So now again, you can just cut it, but if you're feeling really hungry, you can eat the whole thing. I like to cut it so that I'm not holding the whole thing together. So
now this is you may need the chopper. This is the bagel with blackberry preserve, actually. Don't cut your finger off. Yeah. You got to learn how to use knives. You're a pretty good chef.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, you learn to cut away from yourself, you know, and keep the edge away.
Do you want to try some, or do you want to try something else that I make?
What do you have in mind?
Well, I'm thinking that I'm going to use some of this wheat
the
cracker.
Triscuits. Yeah. I'll try those. I tell you why. Blackberries have a lot of seeds in them, and that's not so good for me. But those little triangle jobs, I think I'd be into that.
All right, here we go. So I'm going to use the wheat cracker, this one. And I'm not going to put too much peanut butter on it so it's not overdone.
Thank you.
So I'm going to use
How about the unsalted? I like that.
You like the unsalted one?
Can I have a little,
right.
may I?
You
Two
may.
giant steps or an umbrella step? I bet no one plays that game.
Alright.
I mean, you could put peanut butter in anything.
You could. If you know, you really could.
It's peanut butter in anything, I guess.
Yeah.
Well.
So this time I'm actually just gonna put peanut butter on. If you don't have fruit, you can still make something that's to be perfectly good. So you want to try this one?
May I? I haven't had lunch.
All right.
All right. This has nothing on it but the cracker and the peanut butter,
Right.
the unsalted stuff. I like the fruit thing.
You do? All right. See, now in this case then, if you like the fruit, if you like it more to have more to it, you can just take some more peanut butter and add cranberry. That's pretty much it.
You know, you know what they're like? They're like hors d'oeuvres.
They are.
You know, when you go to a party, they have little tuna fish and stuff on them. All right, I'll try this one. Better, see, with the fruit.
Yep.
Mm.
It's got a little bit more to it.
Yeah, it's got more
and
to
it's
it.
a little more healthy.
Well, it's there.
Right.
All right, what have we done or told everybody? What haven't we done?
Well, you could also just put peanut butter on an apple. So that it's not, then you're not even using any crackers or anything.
No,
or any
less
kind of
carbohydrates,
bread.
as they say.
And it tastes just as good.
Extra low G.
Yeah. So you can just put...
And those apples are from our apple trees here.
See, and now this one
You try it, Chef.
All right,
I've been eating all morning.
It's really good. And
Great.
it's not too much because I made it. So
Yeah,
good.
well, it's not just that. You can't keep munging.
Right.
You get so much gravity, and pretty soon you look like a beach ball.
And you don't want to look like a beach ball.
No. Well, let's see. I know one thing. You can talk to the B's and G's about how they can do this at home without getting hurt.
It's very easy because even if you're not allowed to use a sharp knife, you can cut the banana with just a butter knife, or you can even just break it. Also, the apple you can even cut with the less sharp knife. And pretty much everything else, it's easy to make, and you're not using something really sharp, and you're not going to burn yourself because you're making something you have to cook. It's really easy. And of course, it always tastes really good like this. You can just spread it on, and if you don't want to spread it in your hand, it's easy to just spread on the plate. So you can make things really easily, and you don't need that much. All you really need is peanut butter and bread.
And you don't have to be IG, right?
Right, and you don't. So.
Well, then, I cannot say. Normally I don't eat what the chefs cook, but this was great. This is a snackerini. And so as a way of saying goodbye, I'll eat this peanut butter and anything and say, remember, eat cool, save the waves. See you next time.